Hello, I'm Todd Lane from Utilise IT. Welcome to the new Aqua booking system. This is a new computer-based system which is designed to make all of the office staff's job just that little bit easier. Okay, let's get straight into it. First, I just want to go over the layout of the new system. As you can see, it's an Excel spreadsheet, and down the bottom there are two main areas, one of which is the pool sheet, and the other one is the client card. So what you can do is click in between those, and that will take you from the client card over to the pool sheet. One of the main objectives that Cameron came to me with in regards to this booking system is the ability to have all of the information in the one area. So this system enables you to not have to be flicking between multiple copies of Excel or card files. So if we go and click on the card file option there down the bottom, you'll note that there only is one customer's card in the system at the moment. That'll be changed very soon. Just to get back over to our pool sheet, we just simply click on the pool sheet tab, and that will bring us back over to the main pool sheet, which pretty much gets used for everything. For managing bookings, for managing the daily pool sheets, seeing who needs to pay, seeing what customers have paid and how far they're through their lesson sequence. It pretty much covers all of those things. Now, the other key area that I wanted to point out here is you'll notice up the top there that we have the column headings, the week and the date, the day, the session type, which coach. We also have a slot column, which is basically the position within the class. So looking at the Learn to Swim class, you'll notice that there is the standard 6 slots with the overbooking area as we've always had for slots 7 and 8. We also have a class column, the name of the student, the outcome, an area for a comment, and also the lesson sequence and the payment attendance column as well. Now, one of the key areas that's been added, key functionality that's been added to the system is what we call the filtering. So you'll notice across the top there that each column heading has an arrow pointing down. What this does is enable you to filter the records. So at the moment, as you can see, we're looking at record number down the bottom here, 369,000 records. So we obviously don't need to be looking. In fact, we never look at the entire spreadsheet. So pretty much all the time there'll be filters on showing us just the information that we need to look at. So we'll cover off on filterings in just a moment. Okay, welcome back. In this lesson we're going to cover how filtering works. So as I mentioned in the previous introduction, each of the buttons up the top there has a drop down. Now what we can do is we can click on the drop down, and we can then select what parameters that we just want to look at. So if we click on the drop down button, in this particular column you can see there that all the possible options are every day of the week. Now what we can do is we can untick that to clear them, and let's imagine we only wanted to look at Sundays. We could then click on Sunday, and for the purpose of this, let's include another day, so Sundays and Friday. So as you can see, we can select multiple options. It doesn't just need to be the one. So as soon as we click OK, the system, it will just take a moment because again there's 370 odd thousand records, but what it's done now is it's just showing us the days that we selected. Now a very, very important note here is the fact that you'll see that wherever we have a filter on a column, you can see there that there's a picture of a little filter. Now you'll notice here that we now can't see anything. There's no records in the window, and that's because we're at the bottom of the window. So what we need to do is scroll back up to the top, and I'll do that slowly, and now you'll be able to see all the Fridays and Sunday records as I'm scrolling back up. Okay, so once you select that, that's when you'll that's where you might see a blank screen. You'll just need to remember to scroll back up towards the top, and then you'll be able to see all the records that are there. Now the next point in regard to filtering is that we've already worked out that you can filter on multiple selections from within a column. What you can also do, and this is what will be happening all the time with our booking system, is you can select multiple columns as well. So let's imagine we only wanted to look at, let's see what options are available to us. So if we select the drop down button for session type, we can see that currently listed in the system that has also been filtered for the days that we've selected. We can see Aqua Play, Learn to Swim and Squad. Now I only want to look at Squad, so I can click on the Select All button and just select Squad, and that will then show me only the Squad sessions on those 2 days that we've selected. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is I'd also just simply like to look at, well, let's go over and have a look at the time. Now in the time option, I happen to know that swimming at the relevant time slots are pretty much from I don't know, 7:30 in the morning through till 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. But if I go and click on the time option here, you'll note that we can only see 4:30. Now the reason why is once we add a filter, the rest of the columns will only show us what relates to that filter. So in other words, we've selected Squad, and Squad only has a 4:30 time slot. Okay, so as a matter of interest, if I cancelled out of that and I took away the Squad filter, so to remove a filter, we click on the drop down button and we can select Clear Filter. So if we click on Clear Filter, that will then remove the filter from the session type. Notice how now there's no picture of a filter up here. So that particular filter on that column is now gone. We still have the day filter on there. So if we went over and selected the time option, notice how there's a lot more times there. So if you're looking for a particular time slot and it's not here, you'll need to go back over and look at your other filters. Okay, so you'll have to look at your other filters and turn them off to be able to look at a particular time. So let's just go back now and look at the Squad classes. So we'll just tick on the Squad classes. That's all we want to look at. But notice how we're saying basically this filter right now is showing us Friday and Sunday Squad classes for the entire year. Okay, so that's why there's so many records here. Now if we go over to the date column, we can also just simply pick whatever dates we like to look at as well. Okay, so just moving over to those dates, we can, just to recap, we're looking at Sunday and Friday Squad classes. Now if we just simply want to go and look at a certain group of dates, we can go and do that as well. So I'm just clicking on the date drop down record now, and it'll come up and show us all the available dates that are available for Sunday and Friday and for Squads. So let's have a look. You can see there that we have our 2010 and 2011. We can unselect those, and let's imagine we wanted to go and we wanted to see whether we were going to be very busy over the Christmas period. So instead of even going in and selecting the entire month of December, certain dates of December, we could simply go and click on the month of December, and that will show us all of our Squads for Friday and Sunday for the month of December. And as you can see there, the first one is a Thursday, and then we can scroll down. Okay, and there you go. Now another quick trick I should say, when you want to get back up to the top really quickly, is if you press the Control button and Home button on your keyboard, it'll take you back up to the start of your list real quick. So if you've got lots and lots of records there, you can press Control and Home, and that will take you straight back up to the very top, to the first cell just located here. So just to recap, we've gone through some filtering. We can have multiple filters going at one time. Now, one other thing that I wanted to show you was in regard to filters. Well, let's do two things. Firstly, I want to show you how to cancel filters. So you've got filters on. We can very quickly look at that and determine we've got one on the session type, the day, and the date. Now, let's imagine someone's just walked in. They've quickly asked you, can you look up some information? You can't quite see the information there for the child or whatever, so what I would do is go straight up to sort and filter and then clear, and that will clear all of your filters and bring you back to having the all of the records available for you to look at. So if you look up the top now, you won't see any filter image to the right of any of our drop downs. Now, what I wanted to show you now was another option available for filtering. Firstly, we'll talk about the date, and then we'll go along to look at others. Now, with the date filtering, if we click on the drop-down box there, we also have some extra date filters. So instead of going down and selecting filters from the drop-down box, we can also select this option here, which gives us some extra options available for date filtering. So you might want to select you know, all dates after a particular time. So instead of having to go into the calendar here and clicking on boxes all over the place, you might simply want to say, I'd like to look at all dates, for example, after a particular date. So you could just go and click on the date picker here, and you can say I want to look at, you know, every possible date there is after the 27th of June next year. So you can just pop that in and hit OK, and it will automatically do that. So that's a much quicker way as opposed to going in there and clicking on each individual date for, you know, the 28th of June onwards. Another example might be if you wanted to click on the drop down again, and this time you select date filters, and you might just simply want to look at next week or this week or next month or whatever you like there. So let's just imagine we wanted to look at next month. We can click on that button, and that'll give us all of September's information. And then obviously we can add additional filtering to that as well. Okay, so that's an extra feature of the date filtering option. Now, just if you don't want to go across